So actually the strategy for me is to really focus on make this part as big as possible, right? So which means that I can increase increase the in part and decrease the out part, so that I will have a larger number of this, and then I will have larger amount of money to invest to make more money. So this is quite simple, but I don't know why I didn't get it. Hi, welcome to Bear Talk channel. In this video, I'm going to do something quite different from any videos that I made before. In my previous video, it's all about design, productivity, or technology. But in this video, it's about financial. I'm not a financial guy, and I had zero knowledge about financial a few years ago. But now, at the end of the year, I'm able to put things together and have an analysis of my financial situation and plan what I'm going to do in the next year. And so I'm making this video for someone like me. You are not a financial expert, but you can get some good enough information to help you understand your financial situation and also plan what's the next step. If you're interested, let's jump in. Right. So in this video, I'm going to review a few things. First, I want to share what I've done last year, regards to financial, and walk through my review so that you might see something similar as you, or you might learn something from it. And also after that, I will share some tips that I've learned from my financial review, and what's my next step for 2024. Right. So let's jump to it. As you might see that I got this this financial form, this Google Doc, this Google form, the Google Sheet, right? To put everything together as my income. And to review my financial, I did a few things. First, the income, and second, the outcome or expenses, and other things like the portfolio that I've got. But now in this video, let's focus on the income first. So here I listed all the income streams that I've got from 2023, and I listed all the things. That's actually a really good practice, because it actually takes more time than I expected, because something that I might forgot, or something that I was not easy to be able to check the numbers. But after that, I got all the income streams together, including my day job. I'm a designer at Xero, a company, and I got salary from it. So that's my primary income. And also I got some secondary incomes, such as the mentor in different places, and some contract role that I've done during the year. And also I did some speech. Sorry, let's get to here, and that's easy to see from this part. So here I did a speech at a conference, so that I got some pay for that. So those are the primary and secondary income, and they're all the income I need to actively do things to get. So the primary income, that's equals to 65% of my total income. And I removed the numbers from my amount and sums. So yeah, I think you understand. So that is my primary and secondary. And secondary is also take 18% of my total income. So in general, I think that's a really good balance. And my strategy for the next year is to keep my primary income stable, and try to maintain it. Yeah, if I got promotion, or I move on to a new job to get a better salary, that's great. But if not, the strategy will be just keep it safe. And the secondary income is also, that's just something I find I still need to work a lot to get the secondary income. So those are all like project or contract role. So it's, I will just keep maintaining it. So not proactively work on that or plan for that, but I just try to improve the productivity of those projects to make it like I can do more during the next year. But in general, I think that's a good combination. Like with the primary income and secondary income, if I got less secondary income, that doesn't change much of my lifestyle. And if, for example, if we got another COVID and I lost my primary job, and also I can have some support of my total from other parts of my income streams, right? So those are the first two things. And second, the third part is I called content income, because I create some contents such as podcast, I write columns, and I produce video and post on Twitter and have the course on Teachable, things like that. So those are create content, and then I will leave the content to grow so that it can become the passive income. So this part, it's not much at the moment. It's only 6% of my total income. So still quite a small chunk. But in the next year, I'll try to increase it, or try to explore some strategies to make it as bigger in the next year. So that's the content income, and it's also as my strategy to increase the passive income of my total income. Right, the last part is we call it invest income. So that is including some share I bought on the market, and also include my the share from my company as the competency, or part of the benefit of the work. And also I bought some fund in China, in Alipay. So those are the invest income. And when I analyze it, I find that the total invest income takes 10% of my total income, which is great, because a few years ago, I didn't have any idea about the passive income or invest income. So now and I don't have the money. I didn't have the money to do that. But now I have some funds, and I'm able to do some invest and get some income from this part. This is definitely the passive income. I don't need to do anything. So money can get me money. That's great. And when I analyze it, I find, okay, on this part, it's growing really good on Sharesies, which means that I bought some shares from the market, and it's grows well. And the next step for next year, I'm going to add more funds. And for the work, it's also like quite interesting, because during the total yearly review, I finally realized, I still got this money. Because before that, I just forgot this is a part of the income that I also got. And just keep doing that while I'm working. It will be there. And the third part is the funds from China, from Alipay, and it's growing not very good. It's only 4% growth for the whole year, and not very good. And to be honest, it's already done quite well in China, because the last year the performance of China's economy was not good. So 4% growth is already a really good number. But I'm not very happy about this number, so I decided to change the market, and that will be the strategy for the next year. Right. So that's the yearly review of my total income. And by doing that, I find that first I understand the full picture of my total income, like what's the combination of it, and I understand, okay, the major part is the primary income, which means that I need to focus at work a lot to keep the quality, and also get prepared to move forward, like to be promoted, or to find another job to get a better salary. But that things is not 100% under my control, right? And also I find that I want to diverse my income already. So now I have like 4 chunks of income categories, which is much better than a few years ago. A few years ago, only depend on one source of income, which is really dangerous. If I got redundant or I lost my job, I would lost my income. So that was done well, and I'm happy that I already achieved that milestone. And also, I think you don't need to do that every year, just one time a year, or maybe 2 times a year to review it, analyze it. And that is part of the financial review. And income is one part, and also have some other things. Right. While we still have some time, I would like to share something that I wish I know a few years ago, like the how to say that? Maybe it's the fundamentals of making money from money, or making money with money. So that's all from like a daily worker, like from a professional, or from other people have regular income. Like if you've done a daily job, so you get regular income. So not for the business owner or entrepreneur, but yeah, the principle is basically the same. And I figured out that's quite simple. So first step is that, sorry, let me move to here. So I'm drawing on my iPad. So first step is about in. What I mean is that you got all the money from different sources. Sometimes you might only got one source, and that's dangerous. So you got all the money from different sources. So that part is what I call in. And the second part is what I called maybe a money pot, money pool, okay, or income. So you have a large chunk of money, which is good. So from here, and then you got to this step. And third step is out. Because when we got money, we definitely need to spend on different things, right? So we will need to spend money on your cost, on different expenses. We buy some new things, fancy stuff, or you just buy some food, or you invest on yourself. Yeah, we'll do things for fun. So this is what I call out. And then the fourth step is to have something left. Let's call it left. Okay. I know. Don't judge me on the language. I'm not a native speaker. So yeah, let's just call it left. And this is the leftover from what you've got from this previous steps. Oh, sorry. I will need to move the screen. Yeah, like here. So that is the fourth step left. And the fifth step is, I would say that invest, or money to money. Money makes money. And this part is about you use what you left here and to invest on different things, and then you got more money. Right. So that's actually is the things I really would like to know when I was in my 20s, or even older. So first I got some income. That's good. And then I got the total sum. It's happening at the same time, right? And then I got it out. I got the money out. And then if I left something, and then I can use the money to invest. So the money can get me money. So actually the strategy for me is to really focus on make this part as big as possible, right? So, which means that I can increase the in part and decrease the out part, so that I will have a larger number of this, and then I will have larger amount of money to invest to make more money. So this is quite simple, but I don't know why I didn't get it a few years ago, or like in my 20s. If I got, I will have a better understanding of money. And sometimes I do know that I think I know those principles and things, but I haven't executed. I haven't actually do things. So by doing this video, I'm reminding myself, like, okay, this will be the things I'm going to keep doing and keep reminding myself. And also, it will be the goal for me to increase the passive income in the next year. Right. Hope it makes sense and hope it helps. I know it's quite simple and there are many things quite personal, but yeah, if it makes sense for you, if it's helpful, that would be great. And please let me know what's your financial plan for the next year, for the year of 2024. Let me know. Please leave a comment and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.